Logical fallacy is the persuasive definition. An example of a persuasive definition would be if somebody who is, let's say, a hardcore liberal says something like, for the sake of this conversation, let's just describe MAGA as xenophobic, racist people who just want to see rich people get richer and the rest of the American middle class and lower class get completely decimated. Let's just accept that as a definition. If you accept that, that's a persuasive definition. And people tend to do this all the time. They don't lay out their definition, but they speak as if they already have a definition of something that is not the actual definition. And their entire argument is based on that. And once you notice this, you can notice why there are so many flaws and faults in people's conversations. Point number one, it is a faulty definition that is used as a frame. So if someone just starts bashing a certain person or a certain group or a certain idea, it's often because they have a faulty definition, faulty persuasive definition in their own head that they have been persuaded of, and they build their entire conversation around that faulty definition. And if they've already been persuaded and they persuade you, then the entire conversation is going in the wrong direction. Point number two, this is the foundation, a faulty foundation upon which people build their argument. So if you believe that this thing over here is negative, even though objectively by definition it is not negative or positive, it's just neutral, but if you believe that and you build your whole argument based off that belief, if someone was to point that out, the entire foundation of everything you said and everything you believe comes crashing down. This is one of the reasons why people tend to strongly defend their persuasive definitions that they have in their own heads that they often have not consciously thought about. They usually have had them passed down to them by friends, family, and their environment. So be very careful when you point out somebody's persuasive definitions, especially when they're nonsense, because you may be challenging their ego and everything that they're about and everything they believe up to this point in their life, which may be a lie. Point number three, if you accept someone's persuasive definition when it is faulty and it is not based in accuracy, logic, or objectivity, then you have already been persuaded. If someone says, let's just accept that everyone who's MAGA is xenophobic, homophobic, racist, and they just want to see the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. If you accept that frame, then you've already been persuaded. It doesn't even matter what they say, because what they say is probably going to go along with that definition and just give more confirmation of the thing that you already believe. So when someone has a persuasive definition, first of all, you need to call it out and identify it. You can ask the person when they start talking, say, oh, excuse me, can you just give me a definition of what you mean when you say ABC? And often people can't answer the question because they never actually consciously considered it and they cannot articulate what's going on in their head. It's often there ain't much going on up there. They just have something that they heard, they repeated it over and over again, never actually considered if it makes any logical sense, nor do they have the ability to explain it. So asking that question often stops people right in their tracks. That alone should solve 90% of your problems. But just in case they can answer it, if their definition is faulty, then you challenge the definition, make sure you get an objective one, then you had a conversation from there. Usually those two tools alone will take care of 99% of people. Work on your game.